Why England may not be the safe haven you dream of. This is Katwa Mukasa on Ubuntu Show, brought to you by Ubuntu Global Connect, a company registered to promote trade and business opportunities between our people in Africa and our people in the rest of the world. Today, we talk about England and the living crisis in there and why it's not a wise move for you brothers and sisters in Africa to sell your property to come and join the crisis in England. England used to shine as a land of opportunity, but today, even average workers can't afford rent, and owning a home is a dream that is vanishing.
To 2025, where a two-income household working full-time can't afford a kids' party. My daughter Mia is turning 8. She wants the proper package at the trampoline party with 9 friends, which is the least amount of kids you can have, 10 kids including her. This alone for just the jumping and food is £189.50. And here we are, both of us working full-time, trying to figure out how the hell we can afford it. And no, not because we're careless with money or we splurge out on luxuries, but because after all the bills are paid, we barely have anything left to survive with. And I think this is the reality that no one really wants to talk about. This is the 2025 reality for most people. It's not a case of bad money management or stop buying a Costa every day. The pure fact that wages don't match the cost of living. Families are working their butts off just to stay afloat, and they're feeling like they're failing their kids, and it's just so unfair. When did giving your kid a birthday party become a massive luxury in life?
Average salaries in UK haven't kept up. Most workers make about £37,000 a year. Just the bare minimum to pay rent in London, never mind groceries and other bills. The average UK salary is about £38,000 a year.
Hi, I'm Saf. I'm a 36-year-old stay-at-home mum to 2 girls who is living and mumming in the UK. Now, we've just pulled up to the park and Alba is definitely going to want an ice cream when she wakes up. And it just got me thinking, the cost of an ice cream these days has significantly gone up from when I was a kid, and a 99 was actually 99p. So that's just a cone, an ice cream and a bit of a flake. Now, I'm fortunate that I can buy an ice cream and it's not a problem, but £9 a time for 2 kids to have an ice cream, like, it's a lot of money for an ice cream. And the cost of living crisis is affecting everyone. Like, if you're in full-time work, if you're in part-time work, if you're a stay-at-home mum, if you are on some sort of benefits or whatever your position is, the cost of living crisis is affecting everyone, which is why I think it's so important to have an additional income in 2025.
Average London rent is over £2,250 a month. You can imagine when your salary is about £38,000 a year and your rent alone is over £2,000 a month. Yet, you have other bills to pay. Sadly, good jobs are disappearing too. Amazon is moving towards a 1-to-1 robot-to-human ratio in UK warehouses. Robots are replacing human beings. AI is replacing journalists and other professional roles.
I've been on my bank tonight And I'll tell you something. As a UK citizen, I cannot afford to live in the UK. I work full-time, and I've not got a penny to my name. We sold a house in 2016. We haven't got a penny to our name. You can't pay rent, drive a car, and I'll tell you something, I've got to decide now whether to sleep on the streets and live in my car, or get rid of my car and try and walk it to work on these unsafe streets, because believe me, at 4:30 in the morning, you go to work, you think it's all quiet, there's people lurking around. So as a UK citizen who works full-time, I cannot afford to live here. Oh no, I'll be on the streets in the next 5 years. I've discussed this.
Work is getting automated. Careers are now short-term gigs, freelance hustle, or 0-hour contracts. Graduates aren't safe either. Many are stuck in low-paying jobs despite having doctoral degrees, PhD, and the so-called graduate premium.
If you think your life is hard, trust me, someone out there has it worse, and that someone is me. Because living in London is not just hard, it's borderline impossible. And this past week, easily the worst week of my life. Well, number one, I've been job hunting like for 2 months, 2 whole months, sending out CVs like crazily and writing different cover letters like my life depends on it because, well, it kind of does. And guess what? Still no job. And number two, 4 days before my lease ended, my next landlord casually decided that he no longer renting out the place. So in just 4 days, I have to pack up my entire life, 30 years of stuffs, and shove it all into a very depressing storage unit.
Food banks are overflowing. People choose between eating food or heating their houses. The middle class is collapsing. Poverty today often means having a job, but not having a job that pays enough. I talk about the situation of going to work each day, working 2 to 4 shifts in a day, but still unable to pay the bills.
But I've seen a few things that are going on this morning, and one of them that really has upset me is that the Labour government are looking to private landlords to house illegal immigrants here in the UK, free of charge. Included in the payment that will be made, the very large payment that will be made to the landlords, they'll basically cover the bills and all that shit. We've got families struggling to feed themselves in the UK, here, right here. People can't feed themselves. They can't pay their bills. They can't afford to run their cars. They can't afford to function. I just don't understand. I mean, we've continuously been told that we've got no money, and yet we're whipping money out of our fucking arseholes for all sorts of different things that don't support us. It's not supporting us. And what about the legal migrants that are here, that have paid their way, that do pay into the system? How the fucking hell are they feeling? I just don't, there's something going on, and it's dark. I am not a conspiracy theorist or whatever it is. But there's got to be something going on.
This is the reason why most people in London are never going to be able to buy a house, unless they get it through inheritance or they have insane corporate jobs earning £250,000 a year or more. Alright, the first big topic is rent. Most people are renting while they're saving for a deposit. The problem in London is that rents are absolutely through the roof, and the majority of your money that you earn and that you're trying to put aside to build your deposit for a property is being spent on rent. So if you're spending that much money on rent, you don't have enough surplus to then start stacking and afford a deposit for a house. So you're in a cycle of just paying your rent, having to live somewhere, paying your rent, and then not being able to save for a deposit. And it just lengthens the time and the age at which you're able to buy a property, and just makes things really, really, really hard. Most people's mortgage payments would be on par with the rent that they're paying for the similar property that they're staying in. So for most people who are renting a property right now, their mortgage payments, if they had a mortgage on it, would be probably lower or same as the rent which they're paying. The problem is people can't afford to save for a deposit because they're paying so much in rent. And also the mortgage applications typically lend you 4.5 times your yearly salaries. So for a lot of properties in London, you're looking at zones 2 to 3, you're looking at £750,000 plus. Let's say your household income is £100,000. You can then borrow £450,000. So your deposit would have to make up the rest, which is £300,000. Who do you know who has a £300,000 deposit? So this is fundamentally the massive problem when it comes to living in London and buying property in London. It's just very, very difficult for anyone to get on the ladder. And then once you do, all of your savings have been depleted to go into a house. And in my opinion, I like to have investments. I like to have things that do go up in value aside from property. And you just have no more exposure to stock market, crypto, or any other hustles you got going on. So all of your money's tied up in your house, and essentially you are house rich but cash poor. And for me personally, that's never a situation that I want to be in because it's just not favorable.
Sisters, brothers, friends, colleagues, comrades, don't sell your home to chase a mirage. Invest in Africa, where your land is, where your home is, where your heart is. Invest in Africa, where your ambition and your future belong. England is changing, just like many European countries are changing. Today, unemployment is increasing in Germany, in Italy, in Netherlands, in Denmark, and in many other European countries. It's not England alone facing this crisis. The entire Europe is having a challenge today. It is important that before you make that decision to move away, that before you make that decision to sell your property and pay for a visa, think about a possibility of not finding a job of your dream. Think about a possibility of unemployment, of stress, of bad health, of modern day slavery. Comrades, Ubuntu Global Connect is here to help you build your business, trade, and wealth right at home in Africa. Check out our website. Let's work together. Stay and build Africa's tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and let's build Africa together.